Hi friends, welcome to MTG. My name is Ken and we are back, and oh my gosh, Modern Horizons 3 is out, so we have a ton of new fun cards to play. And today, I thought it was only appropriate to start with a personal favorite of mine, Breya, Etherium Shaper. Before we jump into the gameplay, I just want to thank you again for being patient with me. I know I was away all last week. I was just in Chicago for some school work related stuff, but I'm back, new sets out, and I'm super excited. There's a ton of new commanders I have big plans, well not big plans, exciting plans for, and I hope you come along for the journey. So without further ado, let's jump into the gameplay. Okay, we are going up against the brand new Oko. I don't know if I've seen this as a commander before, so curious to see how this plays. Opening hand, slow on the mana. Yeah, Arcane Signet, we can make this work. Tap land, we can maybe Bloodstain Mire for... Let's do this first. I want to get the Signet out ASAP. We can probably get a shock with the Bloodstain Mire. Otherwise, I think we have all our colors. And that's the most important thing. We are playing 4 colors after all. Triome. Okay, so let's see what the shocks we have. Let's go. What do we want? We have one thing of blue, so probably a blue. Something with blue. Sure. Okay, 2 life. I guess we did just get the exact same. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we can start. Let's start getting some of these tap lands out. We will battle Thopter on their end step, and we're doing all right. They're not getting too carried away. They're not ramping super hard. Just some good, fair magic. So this does draw 2 cards, creates an elk. Okay. That's fine. Oko becomes an elk. That is also fine. And we'll just send this little friend out and go to our turn. Ooh, Day of Judgment. That will be nice. Let's see. Let's just get Breya out now, I think. They are tapped out. Get a couple Thopters, and then we can use Jan. Oh, we can even Thought Monitor. Hey! Look at that. That's value. Perfect. And we will even swing and hit the Oko. Alright. Feeling good now. We're doing it. We're getting there. Yeah, definitely want to get Jan out and start getting a bunch of treasures. Vorinclex might be an issue if it flips. Does cost 8 mana. So we have a little bit of time. Metamorph is also very good. Let's get this out. Go fetch up another Triome. Probably white. Let's go Rogren. And we'll go for a Jan. Annoyingly, Vorinclex does have reach. So I wonder. I don't think it's worth. No. I don't think it's worth bouncing the Vorinclex yet. I think we want to maybe wait until they try and flip it, or maybe we just overload. We do have quite a bit of air superiority. They're looking at my Jan. Okay. So they are... Let's see. They used Phyrexian... Did they use Phyrexian mana? Yes. Yes, they did. Okay, let's see what they go for. They're going for Breya. Well, that's unfortunate. So, in response... What is this? 4. We're gonna go like this. Gonna turn this little friend into some treasures. And we're going to... Let's do this, actually. This is kind of a cheeky little thing. Gonna have it come in as a Breya. Wish to keep. We'll keep that. And go like that. That was a little weird, bouncy manipulation there, but we did get the end result we wanted, which is great. Okay. We do need to deal with this Vornflex at this point, so we're gonna take that out. Which opens us up to winning. Yay! Alright. Well, that was a short game, but we did good, so GG's. Alright, in the ring with a Herigast deck. I have not faced this yet, so I'm not quite sure what to look out for or what to be afraid of. Opening hand, though. That's pretty good. I like it. Bloodstained Mire. Maybe first. For second. Let's go. Let's get the Xanderlandro first. I want to get the Gleaming Gear Drake on curve. That might not happen, though. If you cast a spell, you may exile your hand. If you do, draw 3. Each creature spell has a merge. And the merge says you may cast a spell by sacrificing a creature and paying the merge cost reduced by that creature's mana value. So that's kind of a fun card. Let's see. Let's see. We have some whites. We have blue, red. So if we go for like maybe a Sacred Foundry, and we'll chop that in. Get the Gear Drake out. Look at that. We have Air Superiority on turn 2. What could happen? Okay. Opponent ramping. Let's see. If we Godless Shrine, we'll take the 2 life. We'll bolt the Mere Convert to slow them down. Her commander is 9 mana, though of course they can get it out quicker because it has a merge. The merge cost is still, so it's 8 mana. Let's see. I'm not quite sure just how fast this commander can get out, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm going for the Wayfarer's Bauble. 3 mana, go fetch a land. We'll crack this clue here on our end step. Draw a card and put a counter on. Jan Jansen, that's... I'm never mad at Jan Jansen. Okay. Let's throw down the mountain, and let's just go for the commander. Get him for 2. Next turn, probably go for the Might Stone and Weak Stone. We'll see if Breya survives. Hopefully she does. I'm trying to kind of think on what mono red removal they have. I think Lava Coil would kill Breya. Anything that destroys artifacts, like an Abrade. That's sushi. So we do have the swords for that. Thank goodness. Yeah, because we don't want them. We really don't want them having that, because free treasures, bad. Atsushi in general, also bad. So we'll get in for that much damage. I did not count. 8 damage. All right, feeling good. Opponent needs to figure out something here. I don't see it really in the cards for them. Let's see. 6 mana, a burn down the house. That would be super good. Go for the mirror. The prototype, so this is a new prototype card. It's got affinity. We're out of our removal. Sort of. I mean, we have the Might Stone, but I'm not too worried about removing those 2 right now. I feel like that would maybe be overkill. So instead, we're going to go for the Reckless Fireweaver. We will swing. We'll go 1, 2. We can just double block the Breya. Let's see if they do that. Yeah, I'm curious to see if they would make that trade. So they don't. Great. Actually, no. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna see what they do first. They can go for the Nullkite. I wonder how much that discounted that by. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana. That's pretty good. That's I see why this is in this deck. You get it out significantly discounted. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. We can just deal with that, Herigast. Ooh, Emrakul. Okay. See? Suddenly, things aren't quite as good. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go here. Create 2 treasures. Submit. Get the counter. Deal 2. 1, 2. Bang. Bang. We're gonna activate Breya. They're at 7. We sadly don't have enough to... I mean, we might. Let's see. Well, 1, 2. That leaves us with 1, 2. Sack 2. Hold on. Let's go... Target you. We'll go 1, 2. Submit 2. Get 2 more counters. Get them down to 4. I'll do this since they're going to kind of mess up our resources anyways. We might as well. Actually gonna get rid of Breya. Put them down to 1. See what they do. Because they could use Breya to essentially wipe our whole board. So I'd rather just get rid of her before they take over our turn. Oop, hit my light. Let's see what they do. It'd be funny if they just made me rope. Then kill the Drake with Jan. That gives us treasures. Target creature gets -5, -5. So they could kill the Fireweaver. They need to kill the Fireweaver. So they can go for the Weak Stone and Might Stone to deal with the Fireweaver. They can Jan Jansen kill the Drake. Yeah, okay. So they're going for the Fireweaver. Blocking it with Emrakul. Okay. Second main, sack the Gear Drake. Create 2 treasures. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 mana. They will sack the treasures to just, you know, empty out, or just like let them fizzle. That's what I'm trying to say. But what do we need to... Breya will be 8 mana. Storm the Vault. Yeah, we need to get 1 point of damage in. Will we be able to do that? Oh, they're passing our Mightstone Weakstone. I would just let the mana fizzle. But that's okay. That still kind of just gives us more mana. And the Jan, I don't think no matter what we do is going to help us in this moment. So all comes down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we hit a land, I think we win. An untapped land. We are playing 4 colors, so like half of our lands are tapped. Oh, and the Chrome Courier. Thank you, I guess. They're not sabotaging us enough. See, they want to put the Ephemeral Grasp in our hands. Because their Emrakul has protection anyways. Yep. Okay. Well, at least they did that. And so they're not like fully unaware of how we can win the game. For the scavenger ground. So we don't hit the land, unfortunately. So we don't have the instant win here. If we go for Breya, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 1 mana shy. Let's see. We go for the Tunnel Grinder. Infernal Grasp. Emrakul's protection from instants. Well, let's go for... Geez, let's go for... Does this discount Thought Monitor enough? That discounts by 3. Not quite. Draw 2. Yeah, because this is just a Flying Trampler now. It's just a Flampler. So let's just... oh my gosh, hard decisions. Let's go with Thought Monitor. Overcosted, but we need the card draw. Okay, we hit the land. We hit the path. Surveil. So we just need to survive next turn. And I think we are good. No attacks. Enter. So they're going to get us for just a 13 in the air. Let's see what the next scary thing is. Probably like a Ulamog, Kozilek. Do they have them in hand? New Emrakul. See, new Emrakul could be a problem. But does them haste. Does anything here give haste? No. Ooh. We just need to survive 1 more turn. Opponent thinking hard. They know they're on a 1-turn clock, I think. Going back for Herigast. Okay. So we can pretty safely have to exile that or Infernal Grasp it. They should have attacked with the Emrakul. Let's see, what else did they get? Did they get a new Eldrazi? Terror of the Peaks. Okay. Let's Infernal Grasp the Herigast. Real thinking mode right now. That's gone. Terror of the Peaks. Less scary than an Emrakul. Yeah, it was a big miss they didn't swing. I mean, maybe they know. Yeah. Okay. But you know what? We survived an Emrakul, and that's pretty cool. So I'll take that. GG's. All right, we are going against Kambal. This is the one that creates tokens. That's pretty good. who weren't the starting player. I don't know. This feels not the greatest. This doesn't feel too much better, but we'll keep it. Let's go get us some white. This one. Yeah. Rawgrim. At least we have the Path to Exile mana up. Ooh. Love this card. Also kind of cares about creating copies of tokens. So it's probably most certainly in this deck, if I had to guess. Okay, opponent getting some lands, fixing their hand. Cast a creature spell, choose one. So let's go you first. And then we can Emery next turn, I think. We'll see if they have the removal for the Matter Weaver. Probably. It's usually the case. They haven't played their land yet. They could also just go for... Oh, they go for an Ashnod's Altar. Alright. That's nice. Our thing survives. So let's go for Emery. Create a gnome. We'll get that out for their commander. We'll mill 4. Ooh, Phyrexian Metamorph and Solemn. Alright. Let's see if Emery survives. If she does, I will probably go for one of those two things. Depends what they go for. If they go for a Kambal, I will have Phyrexian Metamorph. Definitely come in for Kambal. Ooh. Okay. Lots of mana. They're going for the Emery. So we're gonna do this first. Because if I can't have Kambal, you can't have Kambal. You do get a land. So, you know, it's a bit of a ramp. These sleeves are adorable. Alright. So we don't get our Metamorph back. Oh, we have a human. So that's always fun. Well, let's go for the Storm of the Vault and swing with 3 creatures. Sweet. This needs to flip if we have 5 or more artifacts. We have 3. Sanctuary Warden. Beginning your end step, right? Beginning your end step. So we'll drop the land. We'll hit you, and we'll go for Breya and flip the Storm of the Vault. Let's make another treasure. All right. Feeling pretty good. No attacks. End turn. The vault will flip. And now we have a crap ton of mana. Sweet. Okay. I'm feeling good. I think Farewell. I mean, Farewell would devastate us. Overwhelming Force. Okay, destroy all creatures. Target opponent controls. Draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. Okay, well, we're going to tap you for 7 blue. We're going to... Let's see. Do we just go for the Sanctuary Weaver? Or do we... Let's see, the shield, if this would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from its head. Okay. We might get away from we might get away from the shield counter. Okay. We'll do this again. We'll choose you. Oh, sorry, you. Sacrifice 2 artifacts, you and you. Command zone, yes. Do they sack the Ashnod's Altar? Okay, they do. I don't think that's going to make a difference unless they have a 3-mana spell. Sadly, they do draw 2 cards. But, yeah, overwhelming force. That was a good top deck. Skyclave. Alright. I don't feel super discouraged yet, I don't think. This, having this vault, I mean, it just has to pretty much carry us, right? Indestructible. We can go for the Leveler, the Worm Coil. Or just go for Breya again. I think we just go for Breya. Get those back. We'll hold up the Infernal Grasp, and we'll just pass your turn. Our Vault taps for a ton of mana again. Love to see it. Kambal. Okay. Another target creature gains indestructible. That's fine because the -4/-4 gets around that. Let's see. This taps for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we can go Cityscape Leveler. Destroy. We're gonna hit the Ashnod's Altar, I think. And then we're gonna try to get rid of the Kambal. I mean, they get Power Stone, I guess. Yeah, so if we go, our creature gets -4. Sack 2, we'll go 1, 2. They sack the Selfless. Okay, good. So they opponent, you know, gets magic, I guess. So that's good. We will pass turn. No, we will attack. Do they have any Ganjo? That'd be kind of funny. No, I don't think they do. Phew. That would be my luck, though. My hubris. Swinging with my 4/4. Takes 4 damage. That'd be sad. Okay, opponent down to 20. End turn. We have the Infernal Grasp up, which the Selfless Savior kind of makes that a little hard. Though we do still have Breya mana up. We would have to sack our treasures. Hexproof, right? You have Hexproof. Oh, you have Hexproof. Does that matter? I don't think so. Montrack. Also fine. Let's see what they go for next, because they tap that. Do we just deal with the Mondrak now? We'll see. I would like to, you know, use this vault. Something with black in it. Let's go for this. I'd like to utilize this before I start sacking too many things. Let's go Worm Coil. Okay, we will go for this. We're going to give -4/-4 to you, sacking 2 treasures. Cool. And yeah, we'll let that mana fizzle. We'll swing. Let's get rid of the Selfless Savior, right? Is indestructible. Ooh, they're gonna gain 8 life. Meh. It's fine. We dealt with the dog. I mean, they technically gain 3 life. Yeah. Okay. We need card draw. I think that's our main issue now. And we're also tapped out fully. So if they go for the Kambal, sorting that to 30 life. If they go for the Kambal and deal with a Worm Coil. Oh, that would be bad. Because they would get all kinds of things. Down to 28. Draw the card. It's an Odawara. Alright. Do we just bounce Odawara? Bounce Breya maybe? Recast Breya? Does that make sense? Well, let's go deal with Kambal. That dies. We'll go for the Servitor. Suspects, so it gets Menace and can't block, I believe. Yep. Look at me remembering that. And we're gonna hang on to that. Swing with the Worm Coil. Yes, with Breya as well. Put the pressure on. The Reformer will gain them some life, but they will lose it if they block with it. They don't. Alright. Down to 8. We're back up to 32. Channel. We can still channel that. This taps for 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Love to see it. Kambal coming back. I mean, they've cast their commander so many times. They also just have a lot of mana. Let's not bounce anything quite yet. A Ganjo. We're gonna attack first. Okay. So they'll gain 6 life. Okay. Deal damage. Okay. Again, life. Back to 13. Probably maybe could have a Ganjoed. Let's see. Go for the temple. That is not going to help us right now. And we'll go for this. We will discard this. And, ooh, these are pretty good options. Let's go for the Smithy. And, we'll play the Smithy. Oh, but the opponent... Actually, that's fine. Because we can just bounce it. Haha. Nothing for you. I forgot. I could have just bounced Kambal and then done that also. But it's fine. It's fine. They are back up to 14. They get 2 soldiers. So they're going back up to 15. Not 16. Yeah, I mean, opponent is hanging in there. I think, you know, we could have probably just bounced the Kambal earlier. So that'll start creating constructs every turn. But we have to tap 5 artifacts. I don't know, because I'm gonna decline that. We're we're gonna go for the Gear Drake. Will give us a clue token, and we will sack the clue token. Opponent also gets it. That's annoying. We're gonna do this. You. We're gonna do you, and kind of want the clue token. That's a flyer. That's pretty good. We'll do the smithy. Get that Kambal away from my face. What's it at? 11 mana. Jeez. Okay, they get a tap clue. We're gonna sack our clue. Let's see if we get anything. Signet. Blah. Not the best, but it does increase our artifact count, so I will take that. We'll go to combat. We'll swing here, 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 and here. Okay, blocking the 3 biggest things, which means we will draw. No, they're not blocking Breya. Okay, we draw a card. Marionette Master. Okay, that probably is what we will need to win the game. Opponent, if they drew a board wipe, that's gonna hurt pretty bad. I don't think they did, so I think we're gonna be in the clear. $11 life. They sack the clue. Draw a card. Was it a board wipe? Nice. All right. Well, that was a good game. Yeah, sure. I enjoyed that. All right. Well, GG's. All right. So today we were checking out Breya Etherium Shaper. This deck, like a lot of the decks I've been doing recently, is another one of my like personal decks. I've kind of turned my Breya into just like a love of artifacts deck. I just run all my favorite artifact cards. I have a lot of artificers because I think they're super cool, and I like the idea of like couldn't decide on one artificer commander, so I kind of just picked a commander that could have them all. So I tried to recreate it best as I can, of course, on Arena, but also still kind of build it towards Arena as well, because we know there's some differences. So breaking it down, going into the deck list, I started off, as far as I kind of just have artifacts through all these lists. Obviously, there's a large number we can actually check here and see 36 artifacts. So like over a third of the deck is all artifacts. I don't know if that counts the artifact lands or not. I'm not sure. But starting at the beginning, we have our card draw, card value category here. I think ones of note is this Fomori Vault. Sorry, it's just fantastic. It digs you super deep in your deck and lets you essentially pick anything, anything that will help you in the situation. So any artifact matters deck, I highly recommend this one. Everything else is pretty on par. Chrome Courier is nice to just get you an extra card. This Barb Servitor worked pretty well. It's kind of like a Toski effect where if it connects, it draw a card, though this only cares about itself, not all things, but it does have a bit of evasion with the Suspect. Thought Monitor is just an, it's such a good card in artifact decks. This next category kind of falls just under some of my favorite artifacts I like to run. Most of these you would see in my actual deck as well. Liberator, fantastic card. Phyrexian Metamorph is one of my favorites. I have this in any deck that cares about artifacts in any way. The Surgical Metamorph is just essentially a second copy of Phyrexian Metamorph, so I wanted to definitely have that in here. Steel Seraph, Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, I really, really like the prototype. I think, yeah, this one's a rare. This one's a mythic from Brothers War. I just think they're super fun and cool. I like playing with them. Same with Wormcoil. It's just another of my favorite artifacts. Chameel. I'm starting to slot this card in more and more decks because it's just great. It's on your end step, so you get it right away. This next category is just cards that create a lot of artifacts, and I'm kind of going for an artifact go wide. I just essentially want to get value out of stacking artifacts, having a large number of artifacts. So here we have things like Skrelv's Hive, get you 1 per turn. Gleaming Gear Drake is a 2-for-1. Matter Weaver is fantastic because it can copy existing tokens. like treasures or your clues or your mites, anything really, as long as it's an artifact token. Forensic Gadgeteer comes with clues. This is probably my favorite card in the deck. Every time you cast a artifact with mana value 3 or greater, you get a Construct. And Construct in my paper deck, that's what the deck's about, is essentially trying to get as many Constructs out as possible. So having this in both these decks is just, I love it. Breya's Apprentice, another 2-for-1. Jan Jansen is fantastic. It acts as ramp. It creates blockers. It just increases your artifact count quite a bit. I love this card. Smothering Tithe, Smithy, Saheeli, all these are just, you know, things, mostly artifacts that give more artifacts, but also some enchantments and planeswalkers. Next category, this is our kind of a ramp category, our mana acceleration. Archway of Innovation says the next spell you cast this turn has improvise. I haven't got to test this out really. I slotted this in a bunch of decks. Again, this card just came out, so still working on it, but I think it's like a 0 opportunity cost. It takes the spot of an island and it comes in untapped quite a few times you play it. Mechanaut is like another one of my favorite cards. It's just so simple but adorable, so highly recommend. It's an uncommon. Arcane Signet, Colseal, Ornithopter, Curse Mirror. This is another new one, just kind of a fun effect that can be really explosive sometimes. Urza, Warm Power Stone, all these things are pretty on par with artifacts and mana acceleration. These are kind of my win conny cards, the ones, the Fireweaver, Marionette Master, Tezzeret, just essentially decimates the opponent's life total. Tezzeret especially is like it is such a good card, and especially in like a go wide artifact deck like this, it just overperforms all the time. Cap Cannoneer, I am so happy this card's on Arena now. It is an absolute favorite of mine, and I've won so many games just with this card alone. It's busted. Next, we have our kind of single target removal. Nothing really of note here. Prismari Command, obviously, you get that modal. You get a lot of options with that one. This is my board wipes. I want to take a moment to talk about this Unstable Glyph Bridge. I think it's highly, highly, highly underrated card. If you care about artifacts, this is a fantastic board wipe. It leaves you and your opponent with one creature with power 2 or less. But I have decimated like whole dinosaur. Oh my gosh, what's not Galta, the other Pantlaza. Like I've been able to essentially just eradicate a whole board of dinosaurs with this thing, and also it like can flip into a pretty like notable creature. So highly recommend that. I don't see this card getting enough love. Here's my kind of counterspell protection-y stuff. I kind of just lumped Fairy's Protection in with this. Mana Drain, love it. Glad it's here. Fabricate. It's just a tutor. If you like to run tutors, I think Arena, it's a lot better. I don't run tutors in my paper decks, but in here, you know, I unlocked the wild card, so I wanted to see if I can get some use with it. Last category here before we get to the lands. These are actually cards I would probably cut. Erebras Forge, I don't know why in my mind I had it that the horrors were artifacts, but they are in fact not. So the Forge is still an artifact. It can still be useful, but I think there are better cards that could fit in here. And same goes for Emery. I just don't have enough recursion, and Emery does not survive long enough to bring something back out of the graveyard. It gets like removed on site every single time. Lastly, we have our lands. I just wanted to pay special attention to the bridges. These are artifact lands that are indestructible, tap for 2 colors, and come in tapped. Just, you know, they're tapped. That's, I guess, the one downside, but they're just such incidental value, especially for things like Tezzeret and whereas the Storm the Vault, this flips and all of a sudden you can tap and get a bunch of blue mana. So they're just like little incidental things. Help with your improvise, help with your affinity. And then just our mana package. 4 colors, we really have to try and get as many duels and triumphs as possible. Luckily now we have a lot more options as far as the fetches, because I opened a bunch of Modern Horizons 3 and actually got a couple I didn't have, so that's awesome news. This deck is just a truly, when I say it's one of my favorites, I mean like it's one of my favorites. I have been an artifact player since like 6 months after learning Magic, and I have never gone back. I think this deck translates super well. You get quite a few dynamic games. The games never go the same way twice. and I still think it holds up. I mean, Breya is super powerful, truly. Like, this card alone can kind of turn the tide of games. In paper, I really do not abuse her abilities because it can be super busted and unfun. But in arena, it's just like that little extra push that usually gets you over that finish line. But love to know what you think. This is another one. It's not a new commander, but it's new on arena, so it's super exciting to kind of see what, you know, what all these new players have to say about it. But that's going to be the video. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. So goodbye.